It's ending. It's ending because you have a new team in charge. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but the FCC is now getting involved. Brendan Carr over at the FCC is suing. No, not suing yet, shall I say. Investigating. Let me be careful with my words. Ooh, investors don't like it, though. Check out shares of Disney. They just keep falling. I mean, the market was up today. Not Disney. Not Disney down another %. Amid news that Brendan Carr is pretty serious about this. He wants to basically figure out what exactly Disney was doing vis-a-vis all its DEI nonsense. He sent a letter over to none other than Iger, basically saying, you guys are pathetic. That's my translation. You guys are totally pathetic. When I look at the letter here, he said, for one, I want to ensure that Disney ends any and all discriminatory initiatives in substance, not just name. For another, I want to determine whether Disney's actions, whether ongoing or recently ended, important, right? Recently ended, or whether they're ongoing, compiled at all times with applicable FCC regulations, because they didn't, right? What they did was actually discriminatory. They were putting people into positions of power only because of how they looked, the color of the skin, how they identified. Okay, you're trans, you get the gig. That's not right. Like, it's actually a form of discrimination. So he said, yeah, as you know, Disney was once a great company, an iconic American company. For decades, Disney focused on churning out box office and programming successes, but then something changed. What do you know? Disney has been embroiled in rounds of controversy surrounding its DEI policies. I can think of none other than Snow White to help capture sort of the essence of this. We could call this the top in DEI nonsense. Disney and Snow White and Rachel Zegler, whose career is completely over before it started. I mean, she's not that talented anyway, so there you go. This letter was amazing. He said, look, I'm calling out your racially segregated affinity groups. I'm calling out your Reimagine Tomorrow initiative for DEI. I'm calling out all your inclusion standards that you had right across ABC. ABC News, you are in trouble, guys. Whoopi Goldberg, The View, you're in trouble because apparently you're requiring 50% of regular and recurring characters to be drawn from underrepresented groups. So all of the shows on ABC may have forced racial and identity quotas into every level of production, demanding 50% or more of writers, directors, crew, vendors be selected based on group identity. Now, how is that American in any way, shape, or form? What I love is he's going back in time. He's going to look at what happened before, too. I told you my story, right? About looking for my son's Halloween costume, and suddenly, you know, I type in boys' costumes, and what comes up but princess costumes? I'm like, come on, Disney. This was 2022, October 18th. I took a screenshot of it. I showed it in yesterday's show. Anyway, Brenda's not messing around. And you know what? We need more and more and more of this, because they can go after everyone. They're going after all the big networks. And you know what? The money's over. This is why they're firing everybody. But I'd also say this. I mean, think about it, guys. Times have changed. We have other ways of communicating, including what we're doing right here, which is a big reminder to subscribe to the show, share, like, all that good stuff. Totally independent here, and we're thankful for that. We're thankful for our sponsors, American Hartford Gold being one of them, TrishLovesGold.com. You know the drill, up to $15,000 in free silver. Just text Trish to 65532 or go to TrishLovesGold.com, 1-844-495-1115. And of course, check this out. I'm so proud of this. These are our 3 big portfolios over at 76research.com. You can check them out at 76portfolios.com. Or if you're not yet ready, right, to pull the plug and actually really start doing some serious investing, I do encourage you to do this. Go to investinmaga.com. Investinmaga.com. It is our free guide, totally free, no strings attached. Sign up. You get a pretty substantive guide, including with some names that we like. By the way, you can see how well our portfolios are doing. I think it's an important time because we're in the midst of major changes and there's only more good stuff coming. Thank you for being here. I love seeing so many familiar faces, and I'll be back live on the program tomorrow.